Yes, currently right now, once a month, I change the oil in the generator. Right now I have the generator off so you guys can hear me. So currently changing the oil every 500 hours, which is roughly 1 month of constant running. It's about $45 worth of oil and oil filter. But I have plans to use the fuel itself as a lubricant. See, brand new oil in this generator for about 2 gallons, you can get 500 hours of runtime, which is about 250 hours per 1 gallon of use. But when I set this generator up to run on straight used motor oil, yes, that motor oil is dirty, but it still has some life left in it. So basically, if I bypass the oil pan completely and basically turn the oil pan into a 250 gallon oil pan. So I take a 250 gallon tote of straight used motor oil, run it through a primary fuel filter, and then we'll go through a secondary fuel filter before going into the engine. That oil will be circulated through the motor to lubricate the motor. It will come right back into the oil pan and drain back into the tote. And also, same portion of that oil is coming out of that tote through the same filters and splits off as fuel to run the engine. So that 250 gallons, if you think about it, if you have only 8 hours worth of runtime per gallon, that's over 500 hours worth of runtime in the oil it's running. So in theory, because I filter and clean all the used motor oil before I run it in the generator, I can probably get about 500 to 1,000 hours of runtime. So every 2 months I would have to change the fuel filters, which is only about $50 every 2 months, which is no big deal. And if I run this on straight used motor oil as fuel, it's completely free to run for fuel-wise. So out-of-pocket cost would be roughly $20 a month in your oil filters and fuel filters, air filters, and stuff like that every month. And then in my previous video, I talked about how it should be about $80 a month if this generator lasts for about 5 years. So using straight used motor oil to lubricate the engine and to run the engine, it will not get contaminated any worse because it's going to burn it all, and I got to put a whole new tote to it every month. So every month is getting a whole full tote of 250 gallons of straight used motor oil, which is still good enough to lubricate the engine. So that will eliminate about $50 worth of brand new used motor oil every month. People underestimate what rednecks like myself can do if we think outside the box. But I do appreciate people actually watching my videos and trying to call out issues or problems or things I've not spoke about or did not think of. But yes, I am currently running this on just gas cans and changing oil like normal until I can dive into it and get it all set up outside.